Welcome to Cherie's weight loss journey. I'm out and about today. Yes. I don't know if y'all noticed, but a no-fly zone has been implemented. And if I were you, I wouldn't be caught flying in a no-fly zone. Yes. Okay. That's the first message. The first message is it's a no-fly zone. Don't get caught. Okay? The second message is, man, hi. Welcome to Cherie's weight loss journey. Last night, I went through some serious cravings, and I didn't have any snacks. So guess what I had to snack on? I had to snack on a salad. I had to snack on a salad. So the snack that I made myself was a coleslaw salad. Had a few cran raisins, bacon bits, cheese, and a few sunflower seeds. Yes. And I made sure that I watered down the dressing. I chose Thousand Island dressing. And but because I wanted to have a snack, I'm like, I need to do something in order for me to have a snack. So here I am going online saying, what am I going to snack on? Right? And what I decided to snack on was I wanted to buy sugar-free Monster and some sugar-free Mountain Dew, and I had it in my cart. I did, and then I was like, okay, you need to buy some, some seasonings, which is, like the sweet bell peppers and onions. So I was like, okay, I have to buy the sweet bell peppers because, they have a way of making the food flavorful while giving you vitamin C. Okay? I was like, oh dang, it looks like I'm starting to, have another grocery list. And yeah, it was another grocery list. So I'm thinking to myself, my snack foods, what are they? What is it that I'm craving? And most of my snack foods was either to give me energy or, to make me feel better. So, I'm looking at my list and I'm saying to myself, we're gonna bypass the Mountain Dew. That's one thing we're gonna do. So I took the Mountain Dew off my list, and I was like, what else do you need to buy? And then it was brought to my attention that, you were thinking about, trying out some new, protein drinks. Because even the old ones, they had to update, in order to be competitive with the other protein drinks. So I'm looking and I'm like, okay, let's try chocolate flavored. A protein drink that's typically, I would say, catered towards, guys, right? Because it boasts, a high protein quantity. And I was talking to myself, and I was like, oh yeah, your activities and weight loss journey will allow you, to take a higher quantity of protein. I was like, yeah, let me try it. So anyway, this one, it claimed to be shakeable. You can put it in a blender, and it dissolves ready enough to even stir. And I was like, okay, maybe I can handle that, because what I've been dealing with, I ain't been liking too much. Because a lot of them, they don't dissolve, they fall to the bottom if you don't drink them real fast. Some of them, they have a chalky taste to them. And, there's those that, you got to use 2 spoonfuls, and it's just like, well, why can't you just put in the right size spoon and and then call it a day? Why are you making people dig into the fucking container twice? But this one, it had the right size spoon, and I was like, hey, and it doesn't taste bad. Now, let me tell you again, these protein drinks, they don't, if you're in a weight loss or body sculpting type of situation, you're gonna have to add your own fiber, no doubt. They don't come with fiber, and you can look on the label and it will show you that the fiber is almost non-existent. But yeah, it doesn't have a bad taste. It's fairly sweet, and it's got a hint of chocolate, right? It's not a profound chocolatey taste, but yeah, it's got a hint of chocolate. So anyway, lady behind me, right? We're in a construction zone, and she wants to be on my ass. Right? Trying to push me to speed through a construction zone. I don't do that. Just because, they're supposed to be professionals, working the street doesn't mean that they can't have a moment of unawareness where, they backed up into the street, accidentally, stuff like that. But people are so, ignorant. So anyway, we are on our way to a walk. We might do some errands after the walk. And but getting back to my purchase, right? So I'm trying out a new brand of whey protein, higher in protein than I've usually grabbed onto, and I think that was because last week, right? I was telling you guys about how I felt, as if, my muscles was being burned into due to, leaving my lunch at home and working hard. So I'm like, yeah, okay. We're not eating a lot of calories, therefore we do need to up the protein. And then another thing was like, okay, when you're at work, what kind of snacks do you usually get, right? And I'm like, yeah, I would get the Mountain Dew and the energy drink. Oh my gosh. Once I tasted the Ultra Strawberry Cream Monster, 0 calories, I was hooked. I cannot even tell you how many times I have thought about that drink. It's like, I want to have that drink. I'm going to go buy that drink. They have the other monsters, in the vending machines, but there's one location in the far back of the warehouse that has the Ultra Strawberry Cream Monster drink. And I even brought the can home to remind myself, buy some of this when you get a chance. So yeah, I bought some of that. And so anyway, I'm having a talk with myself, saying, okay, why do you think you like this drink so much? I was like, well, number one, it tastes good. Number two, it doesn't have an aftertaste. Number three, it's kind of energizing. And number four, it makes me feel good. And it was like, okay, well, look at the ingredients. So I'm looking at the ingredients, and what's brought to my attention is, okay, vitamin B, right? And I was like, okay, vitamin B? And they're like, yeah. Whenever you have these cravings and you want to stick to your diet, just, take you a vitamin B, or you could take a vitamin C, because, back in the day and throughout, growing up, whenever I can, I will take 1,000 milligrams of vitamin C, because it will energize me and just change my whole mood. And it was like, there you have it. Your vitamin C's and your vitamin B's. It's like, yeah. So I was like, okay, it's noted. That doesn't mean I don't want to take, I don't want to have any kind of snacks. And so, yeah, they were saying to me, well, you've been looking online, you can always, make you a protein Greek yogurt pudding snack. And I was like, oh yeah, I'm not ready for that one yet. Maybe next week. So, yeah. Maybe next week. I've been feeling good about some of my purging projects, some of my other projects. And I know, even when I'm not walking, I just, increase, the lightweight exercises, to kind of offset the fact that I didn't walk. I didn't just vacation from, my health. That doesn't make sense. How are you going to just take a vacation from being healthy? Right? We say that as if, it's possible to be stagnant when it comes to health. And it's like, no, there is no stagnancy when it comes to your health. Either you're getting healthier or you're not. You're deteriorating. And I was like, yeah, that's true. That's true. Okay. We may not notice it, but, that's just the grace that we get, that it only happened, a little by little, just to give you a break and get back on track. Like, yeah, okay. So, because, it's another sunny day, I want to go to a park area where I can get some shade. My goodness. We're close to election day for sure. Image I was looking and this tree was just releasing all of its leaves, and I was like, okay, it is fall, even though it doesn't feel like fall right now. It's 77 degrees. It's 11:30. Yeah, 77 degrees at 11:30. So we are definitely going to get into the 80s before the day is out. Oh, dang. Good thing I'm going to this park, because this park does supply you with poop bags. I left my poop bags in my other satchel. Not sure what I'm going to talk about today, but hold on. You ready to go for a walk? Okay, hold on. Okay, this parking lot is full as F, right? I wasn't even sure if I was going to even find a parking spot. I don't know if today is early voting, which is why, so many people are parked here today, right? But it looks like that is the case. My dog is shitting so much. I swear. I gotta put like at least 3 to 4 bags of poop baggies. Yeah, it is. It's early voting. I can vote, right? But there she goes. Hold on. I know how I feel about the way things should run, and how, if it was my world, how I would run the world. How do you guys like these glasses? This is an old pair of glasses that I used to have. And I kind of like them, but, in a way, it kind of makes me feel a little, maybe it's just because it's different. Yeah. So, early voting has commenced. And we're going to see, because here's the thing, right? The main reason, we all know that the president isn't the one that makes the major decisions. Now, they can be influential, right? They're kind of like a figurehead. And we know that. But it's just usually, a spokesperson, right? Because, You know, we have various departments, you know, and 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 and, and entities that, you know, truly control, you know, the aspects of power. We already know that power doesn't exist in the hands of one person, even though the person, even though they say that the president, you know, has the ability to call war, well, declare. I said call, but, you know, declare war. May also determine, you know, to release, well, they participate in the decision as to whether or not to release the nuclear weapons or make a declaration of national emergency. Okay? So that's basically, you know, the main function of the president. So when people say, you know, a woman can't handle that, I'm like, why not? You know, it's not as if any decision that she makes is going to be her decision and her decision alone. However, she can, you know, input, you know, the desires and wishes of 50% of the population, which are women, which have been excluded for such a many long time, right? Let's just say 2,500 years. And I know you all keep saying, why do you keep saying 2,500 years? 2,500 years was the age of Pisces. Now Pisces, they call themselves spoon feeding with a long spoon. Figuring that people weren't intelligent enough, wasn't able to handle themselves enough, and you know, meaning that, you know, they had a low EQ, an emotional quotient, and that, you know, they felt like it was their job, you know, to spoon feed others while hoarding education, energy, resources, right? And that is why they had made this last push to show how irrational people are, right? But here's the thing about this so-called irrational behavior of mankind. Hi, how are you? What they were doing was they were utilizing EMPs to make people irritable and irrational, right? And this was causing people anguish. And you know, people deal with anguish in different ways. Some people, they fight it off with anger. Other people, you know, they choose a deadly vice. Could be eating, could be gluttony, could be anything. So this is what they did to try to justify that people had, ooh, that hill was making me breathe a little purposefully. Yes. So this is what they did, you know, to justify that people were irrational. And they had people reacting in ways that they didn't understand. All they knew is that they were lashing out, they were irritated. You know, they thought, you know, maybe they had some dissatisfaction, right? And once, you know, you become in that irritable state, then you become susceptible to, you know, entity possessions. And I know people don't believe in entity possessions until they get one, right? Like I said, people don't know danger until, you know, they actually feel the danger. Okay? So, yeah. And so, anyway, until we start locating, you know, these EMPs, you know, we had to declare a no-fly zone. Okay? And those who know what I'm talking about. Oh, it's so beautiful here, look. Yes. Oh, still hot. It's hot. Outfit of the day. Yeah. Dang. Hold on. Okay. So, it would behoove our society to allow women to have a significant position of commander-in-chief, because not even the commander-in-chief is allowed to make decisions all by themselves. It's a group. Okay? So, of course, let's be real. You know, because it's election time in America, you know, the EMPs has been intensified, you know, but like I said, a no-fly zone has been issued, and anybody caught in a no-fly zone is going to be persecuted for treason. Okay? Now, a lot of other people, they are going through judgment. And here's the beautiful thing about them going through judgment. The beautiful thing about them going through judgment is they will be judged in the same fashion of which they have judged other people. Right? Remember your prayer? Our Father which art in heaven, hallowed be thy holy name. Thy kingdom come, thy will be done on earth as it is in heaven. Please forgive us our trespasses as we forgive those who trespass against us. That right there is how people will be judged. They may think that they're being judged, unfairly, but they will be judged accordingly. Because that's how the prayer goes, right? The prayer goes, lead us not into temptation, but deliver us from evil, right? And yeah. So when, you think about people being judged accordingly, it's fair. It's fair. So when we ask to be forgiven, for our trespasses, we will only be forgiven to the extent that we have forgiven, or we have given forgiveness to other people that we felt that has trespassed against us. And that was one of the things, that I was looking at when, I was watching all of these ranting, road rage people. I'm like, oh my gosh, you didn't even forgive one time, right? I mean, you're not going to say that you're an evolved person and you have not even forgave one person on this earth 7 times, 77 times. You understand? So this is where, you have to understand how people are hypocrites, phonies, fakes, right? How can you say that you're an evolved spiritual person, right? Spiritual echelon, and you haven't even forgave one person or even a group of people 7 times, 77 times? What the heck? Right? That's why the number 777 is a magical number. Yeah? But if you haven't achieved the forgiveness of 70 times 77, then you're fooling yourself that you're a spiritual elite, and that you're probably acting out of your ego, right? Because it's true, God does give gifts to both good and bad. Okay? And yeah. Now, you're probably asking, have I forgiven people 7 times 77? Absolutely. Right? I'm the one they were thinking was just weak, but I was counting, and we were writing on their spiritual resume, me and Archangel Metatron, right? Because of course, it has to be noted, the 7 times 77 times in which you're forgiving people. right? And let's see, I've been doing journalizing since I was like 10 years old. So yeah, there you have it. So when let's say you say, well, why should I have to, forgive somebody 7 times, 77 times? And you feel like, that you can operate with the gifts that you have. And that's like, oh, that's nice, right? That's real nice. But as soon as, you don't forgive someone, as soon as you give someone the evil eye, as soon as you wish ill upon somebody, then you will be susceptible to counterattacks. Yes? Yes. And I can tell you that that's a difficult position for emotional people to be in. It is. But, that's the main thing that emotional people should have been protecting, is their emotions. If you're, a person who thinks a lot, then you need to protect your thoughts, right? If you're a person that works a lot, then you need to protect your work, And like I said, of course, once you evolve beyond the basic 4 elements, then you go to maybe the 5 or the 6, the 8, and beyond, where most men haven't traveled before, or at least it's not exposed that they travel that way. Now, these ones that are doing this, induced psychedelic traveling, they think that they're traveling in the ascended level. They're not. Well, yeah, they're traveling to another level, but it's descended. It's descended. It's artificial, right? And that's like, to say that saccharin isn't sweet, but it is. Saccharin is sweet. Artificial sugars are sweet. Does it allow you to get the same enjoyment as sugar? In a way, right? In a way. But there's definitely, a difference than when you're eating starches or fruit. That sweetness and how, it's digested in your body. Oh yeah, it's early voting day for sure. There are so many people coming in and out of this parking lot. making sure that their voice is heard. And hopefully, they have really thought about the reasons why that they're voting the way that they're voting. One thing that I'm thankful about is it doesn't look like they have anybody, harassing people trying to vote, which is great. And let's just hope, they won't call in the electoral college to supersede the popular vote. So even if we do get a man into presidency, this man that comes into presidency, needs to be the man that controls the men, not the women. Get it? Right? Because it is these men that are breaking the laws. It is these men that is breaking, their own covenant. It is these men, crying and wreaking havoc on the world because they don't have a love of their life. And blaming the woman. It's like, what? Are you crazy or something? And a lot of these men, are definitely in need of emotional balance. Okay, so I hope you enjoyed this video and got something out of it. Of course, I feel like all my videos are informative. It just is a matter of whether or not, you've tuned in to the frequency yet. It just may not be your time to tune into the frequency at this time. So, yeah. That's great. I don't see any harassments, at the early voting station. At this early voting station. That's a beautiful thing. Hopefully it continues. And that, people will be able to, vote for who they want to vote for. My whole thing is that, they never gave me enough information in order to make a decision. Right? They never told me a timeline. They never told me, their strategies, so my thought is no. You want my energy without telling me what you plan on doing with my energy. And that's just not going to happen. Okay? It's not. Because, we have a lot of representatives, who are getting paid to represent the people, and yet they don't know what the people want. We don't know our representatives, and our representatives don't know us. So what? Right. What is this farce that they got going on? So it just seems to me that these positions, really need a formatted, standardized job description and job objectives and accountability, that should one representative fail, that there would be another one that would replace a failed representative. Like you have the winner of the race, the second place of the race, and the third. And all of them would have to work in conjunction. I don't understand this winner takes all situation that they got going on, where the winner takes all, and then all of a sudden, it was like, they get to become a power monger or something. Yeah. So that's going to be my video. I might make another one. I might not. I don't know for sure. But thank you for watching Cherie's weight loss journey. Bye.